Welcome to How We Heard It, the podcast about music, pop culture, movies, and more, with your hosts Wayne Bledsoe and Chuck Campbell.
Bonjour, this is Chuck Campbell with
Wayne Bledsoe.
And I'm John Baker.
Wayne. You're so easy to make laugh. I love that. I'll throw a different language next week, maybe. But anyway, our topic. Why don't you explain where this idea came from?
Well, as usually happens, you send me a text on the weekend.
Yep.
And I was standing with a group of friends. We were in Abington, Virginia. To see a play at the Barter Theater. And I said something to Sarah, and Sarah said, "Cheating songs."
Cheating songs.
So that was,
as soon as I saw that, I thought, why haven't we done this already?
It's like it's low-hanging fruit.
It's low-hanging fruit. We've done the breakup songs and the, mean songs and stuff like that. But cheating songs are everywhere. And the beauty of it is there are all kinds of ways to cheat and all kinds of feelings people have about cheating and about being cheated on. And there are all kinds of musicians who've tapped into this one way or the other.
Yep, and it goes a long way back. There's always songs about cheating.
Yep. Long way back, and also a long way forward.
Are you saying you see into the future?
Here we are. Yes. Well, I bet there will be cheating songs probably within...
Till we're dead.
Yes.
Till we're decomposing.
And I like those cheating songs where somebody does end up dead.
That's true.
Why not?
Especially those old ones you're talking about. But yeah, so I've gathered up a bunch that I think represent different perspectives because it was really interesting. I didn't realize, how many different reactions people have. And there are a lot of songs that are from the point of view of the cheater and also songs from the point of view of the person being cheated on and also songs from the point of view of the person who is having sex with the cheater and maybe doesn't even know that this person is cheating on somebody. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting, and the different takes people had.
There is everything out there. I even have a couple of songs where people decided to not cheat.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't. Mine are all cheaters all the time.
I got a few that I didn't know whether they were actually cheating or not, but that I thought they were worthy of discussion.
Some of your artful songwriters will write it kind of between the lines. Oh, yeah, they're cheating, but they never say, and I'm a cheater, and, and we did something we shouldn't have done.
Well, Norwegian Wood, it was, they figured out.
It was John and Yoko's first. Wasn't it?
I think it was John and Yoko. I think it's somebody else. Because that was 65. He didn't meet her. I don't think he met her until later. I don't think it was Yoko. I think it was somebody else.
All right. Well, I'll defer to your greater wisdom.
Was it Taylor Swift?
There
have been a lot of cheaters in her past.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, there's bunches.
Yes.
Yeah, I was surprised because I went and looked I thought, okay, let's see what cheating songs are out there. And I was really surprised that there are so many new ones, but
there are.
It all makes sense.
There are. I like to look at the new ones just to let people know that, time didn't stop for us in 75 or whatever.
I think cheating is just universal.
It is universal.
It's timeless.
It still happens. So it's a family tradition in a lot of families too. So there you go.
Sure was in mine.
What was the first song that you all heard that you recognized was about cheating? You know that?
I don't know.
Well, I have one.
All right.
And it's an old song. I heard it from somebody newer than, it was written in like 1928 by Mississippi John Hurt.
It was. By who? Wait.
Mississippi John Hurt.
Mississippi John Hurt.
Yes.
I like how they throw states in their names.
Yes. Well, it's a song called Stealin'.
Stealin'.
I first heard it by Arlo Guthrie, and the line that got me was, I got me a woman about my size and height. She's a married woman, so she treats me right. I just thought, this is really funny.
And as a kid, you recognized that as like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was probably 10 when I heard it.
Oh, man. 10. I don't know if I even listened to lyrics yet at that point.
I was listening to all of them, but that was the one that's like, oh, okay. the radio was full because, I mean, we listen to a lot of country radio. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, there's half of the songs are either about drinking or cheating.
Oh, yeah.
We had this discussion last night at my wife's parents' house, and they asked me about the podcast because they always do. And I said, well, we're doing cheating songs tomorrow night. And Bob just started reeling off country songs. He goes, hell, half a country's. You just take a shot at a country song. It's about cheating somewhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, your cheating heart always comes up real big.
I figured we'd all have that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad that would sing that one, and I guess I understood what that meant. I don't know.
Well, at the time, when I was a kid, when I first heard it, I really didn't. You know, I guess I thought it was being untrue, but I didn't think about just fooling around on somebody.
You thought it was just gambling, cheating, or something, cheating on a test. Or
the first country song I think I recognized it was about cheating was "Just Walk On By." You know,
just walk on by,
yeah,
not walk on by.
No, this is Leroy Van Dyke.
Of course.
Just walk on by, wait on the corner. I love you, but we're strangers when we meet.
Oh, okay. All right.
And that's a pretty common theme.
He had gang.
I grew up with no country music in my life.
Yeah, me either. Really,
it was a late discovery.
This is why you all were so naive for so long.
Yeah,
country music laid it all out there.
My dad would get drinking, and he would pull up a few old country songs, but even he was more like, Rat Pack type stuff, So, but but I do see, if I did type in, cheating songs and hear all these old pictures of country singers. It's like, okay, they kind of set the ground rules for cheating songs.
I mean, I think we could easily do a whole broadcast of just cheating country songs.
Oh, yeah, easy. But, it's always like blues and rhythm and blues, like paralleled country.
Yes.
Yeah. Same thing, because they have all these cheating songs.
It's the roots music of each, different culture.
And I think my personal pick for the best cheating song is "Dark End of the Street." It's sung by James Carr, but it was by Dan Penn and Chips Moman, which are like two white guys who were the great soul.
I didn't realize that was about cheating.
Oh yeah,
shows you how naive I am.
Yeah. It's the dark end of the street. That's where we always meet, hiding in the shadows where we don't belong. It's like, yeah.
Okay. Well, now that you spell it out like that.
Gosh.
I just remember listening to, I think it was Richard and Linda Thompson's version of that song. Yeah. It's the first time I became aware of that song.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm still not aware of that song.
Really? I mean, it's
been done by a lot of people.
Lots of people.
Anyone I would have listened to? Or just people with states in their names?
On a two-string spoon guitar.
Yeah, blind with a two-string guitar, looking for worms.
I'm sure somebody
in a different way.
I mean, I've got a great version. Clarence Carter has this thing called "Making Love," and he talks about everything likes to make love, and he goes through horses and mosquitoes and the whole thing.
Oh, God.
And he talks, and children. Some people even like to go up in an airplane. And make love. And you get to the end of it, and he says, but there's one place that you always go. And then he goes into the dark end of the street and starts singing that song.
Okay. All right.
But yeah.
Well, I don't know if my piddly-ass people here in the 21st century can match that. But I did get a bunch of different perspectives, and I did think, let's start with Taylor Swift, because I always kind of mention her in passing. But this, she's got a fine-tuned, focus on cheaters and being a cheater herself and all that. And just a lot of it, her perspectives changed, too. And like from 2020, she had one called Illicit Affairs, and it captures... really, it's kind of a ghostly sounding song, so it's moody, which she can be very often. Yeah. But it's kind of the demeaning process of being the other woman, you know. And I've got some other women's songs, but it's very mature and everything. But on that same album, she did one called Betty, and it's the 17-year-old boy who has cheated on Betty. And he feels bad, and it's just stuff like the worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you. And it has like a kind of a clunkier sort of rationalization. But that's because Taylor Swift was in the brain of a 17-year-old boy. And I don't know if you two remember being a 17-year-old boy, but we weren't exactly, or I wasn't very articulate
Right.
about anything, you know. So she's able to just shift back and forth. I think that's one of her crafts, and really grab different perspectives on things. So, and then just for fun, Olivia Rodrigo. I'm going to talk about her until you finally listen to her and can talk about her. But in 2021, her debut album, she had a song called Traitor, and she was very. She was just looking the other way when her boyfriend was cheating, and she said, I kept quiet so I could keep you, you know. So she's got this just sad song. 2 years later, in 2023, she has a song called Bad Idea, right? And it's all about hooking up with an ex, and he's never been sexier to her. And I'm hoping it's the same ex, you know, this one she clung to desperately and had a sad relationship with. But once they break up, she's just ready to jump his bones, you know. So, but it's a real funny song. So anyway, just even the same artist can take a different, you know, perspective on cheating.
Well, you know, I've talked to her about it many times before because it's always come up, the Marianne Faithfull's Why'd You Do It, where she's in the head of
Yes, you always bring it up, and my skin tightens up because there's not any lyrics of that song that you can say. And I'm like, you're going to slip and you're going to say something.
No, I'm not. I just like the fact that she is in the mind. She is relating it from what the man who is cheated said that the woman he's cheated on said to him.
Oh.
What tense is that?
I don't know. It's like it's too complicated.
Past perfect, something.
Pluperfect.
Yeah, pluperfect.
But I've never heard another song done like that.
Okay.
And, you know, she gets all the vehemence that he's relating that the woman he cheated on is throwing back at him.
Okay.
And it's,
all right.
I mean, it's just a great, I love the way it's done.
Right.
And it's absolutely filthy.
Right. Yeah, I hit a few filthy ones, but I just like I don't know why, and I didn't expect it to go this way, but just hearing how everybody's take sounds different. It's like everybody has a different, like I said, way and reason that they cheat, and whether it's a one-time thing or it's a transition to a whole new relationship or whatever.
Or they're celebrating it. I mean, you and I both hate the song "Love the One You're With" by Steven Stills.
God, I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah.
Just the chorus, like, God, could you, have done something stupid? I mean, it just...
Yeah, it's like,
who wants to be with that guy?
Yeah, you're not around, so I'm going to screw around with whoever's here.
And the lyric is, if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with.
Yes.
It's like, wow, you're the consolation prize just because you live in his town.
Because you happen to be here.
Yeah, you just happen to be his neighbor, so there you are. Enjoy that.
But how many songs are written by rock stars about somebody that it's actually who they're cheating with,
right,
on their wife or girlfriend?
Tell me the story of Layla. I mean, I know that most people know that, but
that was the thing. Is Layla, it was Eric Clapton had a crush on George Harrison's wife, Patty Boyd.
Okay,
and then stole her away, basically.
And George forgave him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe did George move on to something too?
Oh yeah. He moved on to the woman he married. Is like he was married to when he died.
Okay.
And seemed to be
to
be a step up.
It's real and true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
But she was the muse for several songs. And
was she Patty Boyd?
Patty Boyd, and "Wonderful Tonight" is written about her by Eric Clapton when they were having an argument.
Okay. Wow. Why do you think she was so inspirational?
I don't
know.
She
have some kind of magic.
I've seen pictures of her, and she's pretty.
Right.
But
they were certainly around a lot of pretty women.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's interesting because of all these people. They have their choice of so many different people. Mm-hmm. And it's just like Muff Winwood cheating on Shania Twain. It's like, really? Who did you cheat on Shania Twain with?
Right.
Because Shania Twain's gorgeous.
And he's an old guy, right? I mean, he was like
old, kind of homely guy.
Yeah.
Then she married Mutt Lange, who is...
That's what I meant. Mutt Lange.
Mutt Lange.
Yeah. That was who it was. Not Muff Winwood. That's a different guy.
I bet Muff Winwood is upset.
Nah, well...
He missed out.
Yeah, really. I wish I had married Shania Twain.
Well, I was looking at John Legend, who's known to be very romantic, and of course he had "All of Me," which is just like a schmaltzy romantic, but deeply romantic song. But a lot of people don't remember that he did one called "She Don't Have to Know," and it's totally about having an affair. And he has a line that's like, "Damn, it's so stressful. to do the dirt we do. And it's just like, wow, that's really John Legend on a bender. Is kind of a surprise. I think one of the key modern cheating songs that I think comes up most often is Rihanna and Unfaithful. And the beauty of that song is, of course, it's Rihanna, you know, and beautiful woman, and doesn't take any crap from anybody, and has this kind of horror film introduction. But the weird part of the song is that she has lines like, you know, I don't know. She's talking about how it kills him. He knows that she's being unfaithful, and it kills him to see her enjoying another man the way she enjoys him. And she can see that he's dying, and she obviously has affection for this guy. But it's like, when are you going to stop? You know, it's got such a weird sort of, and it's almost like maybe the second part to that is she's a sexual addict or something, because it's just odd to see her looking at what she's doing to someone she loves, and yet she just keeps doing it. So anyway, that's kind of a cold Rihanna type perspective, I guess, unless there's more to it.
Well, it's funny. I mean, we're going to be in different decades, back and forth. I was thinking about Barbara Mandrell's song, "When You're Married, but Not to Each Other."
Oh, okay.
That reminds me of a Joe Jackson song. There's like, they are married, but of course not to each other.
Who did "If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right"?
Gosh, who did do that originally?
No cheating.
I would know, any other time I would know that, and you put me on the spot, and it's like out of my head completely.
It's not.
Anyway,
Yeah.
just go on to something else.
Well, I thought of this one this morning. Who is he and what is he to you?
Yeah,
From Bill Withers. It's a great.
yeah, that's a good
Got
one.
this. It's got kind of a sinister snare to it. It's like you say you don't know who he is, but I think you do.
Yeah, Bill Withers. I mean, all his stuff always sounded really smart. You know, he seems like, I got it all figured out.
Yeah, he's cool. He only had like 4 or 5 songs that were really, but "Use Me" is a fantastic song, and
Ain't No Sunshine.
"Ain't No Sunshine." That one.
Oh, Ain't No Sunshine, yeah, when she's gone.
Yeah.
And well, this one reminded me of another song that I don't know if it's actually about cheating because I really didn't listen to the lyrics, but it sounds like it could be. But it's a great song, "Temptation Eyes" by the Grassroots.
Yeah, no,
Remember that one?
Yeah, that's a good
great
song. I'm trying to think if it's. I think it may be about. I think you may be right. I think it may be about cheating.
Yeah, I need to look up the lyrics. I thought I had stuff.
All right.
I discovered Luther Ingram did "If Loving You Is Wrong, I Don't Want to
Okay.
Be Right," and Barbara Mandrell covered it.
Okay.
How about
There
that?
you go.
Maybe
Well, I
that
got
triggered something in my brain.
I got another great.
Okay.
Another great title. I mean, the song's good too. David Allan Coe. Now I lay me down to cheat.
Well, it's a man with a purpose.
Yeah, but it's like I kind of like
Very
the straightforward ones.
clear-minded, very
Yeah.
focused, you
Yeah.
know?
He's owning it.
Yeah, yeah.
David
Well,
Allan Coe, yeah.
the other one that I liked that I remember as a kid was "Me and Mrs. Jones."
Okay.
Mrs. Jones. Mrs.
Who was
Jones,
that?
Mrs. Jones.
Billy Paul.
Billy Paul.
Yep, me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on.
Okay. We got
How about
a
you?
thing. That's a good song.
Yeah.
Well, just back into the country. How about Loretta Lynn with "You Ain't Woman Enough to Steal My Man"?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet Loretta was just burning on infidelity songs left and right.
Oh, yeah, well.
Well, and the irony
That's a
is,
good
like,
reason.
Tammy Wynette had "Stand By Your Man," and she was married like 5 times, and Loretta Lynn was married to that one man that she bore like 9 children for him.
Wow.
Well, my favorite Loretta Lynn line will always be, "When my man goes out picking up trash, he puts it in a garbage can."
But I've mentioned this one before. Of course, I have to mention Beyonce. The Lemonade album I love was the entire album was about cheating, about Jay-Z cheating on her and her temptations to cheat back on him. That was 2016. But she's really known for a 26 song called "The Irreplaceable." And I've mentioned this, but, her man's been cheated on her and she's getting rid of him. But she sends him off with this little gem. She says, "I could have another you in a minute. As a matter of fact, he'll be here any minute, baby." So that Beyonce's not going to mince words or waste time, feeling sorry for herself. So
Well, good for her. I like Johnny Taylor had a song in the 70s. It was about, I like when the cheater kind of realizes, oh, they could cheat too. He's got a song called "Who's Making Love to Your Old Lady While You Were Out Making Love."
there we go. Who did that?
Johnny Taylor.
Okay, that's good.
Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town by Kenny Rogers.
That's a great one.
What was it a specific man or was she?
Well, the thing is that guy's paralyzed from coming back from Vietnam. It's one of the best Vietnam songs ever written, too.
Okay.
But yeah, he's paralyzed.
Oh.
And his young wife is going out on the town, and he's
so that's an interesting question. Though. Can he not please her?
well. That's
And if he can't,
the question.
is it right for him to expect her to, I mean, all these things are different shades. It's like, well,
Yeah,
okay,
you're right.
You're
right.
Yeah, but that's one. I mean, that's one where it's like, I mean, you get his anger in that. You know who wrote that song? Mel Tillis.
really.
Yeah, I was like, you never when you see Mel Tillis, you'd hear him sing. It's like you'd never think he could write a song like that.
Right.
Like paralyzed guys, thinking it says, if something, I would take this gun and put her in the ground.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people, and you can see it by just what array of them end up writing songs about guilt, about cheating. I think a lot of people do think about cheating, even if it's not something they've done or they're not sure if someone has cheated on them or whatever. But it's just this. It's just such a primal version of betrayal. You can be betrayed in so many ways, but I don't know if anything stings more than just having the one you're with to betray you like that.
Well, I mean, that's obviously why there's such
the world changes for people when it happens. So,
well, it's funny because I was thinking about this when we got the subject. It's like I've never cheated on anybody. I've never been cheated on. So I don't have a whole list of favorite cheating songs other than, I just think this one's clever or this one's,
right.
kind of fun.
Well, you can put yourself in the situation and think, oh God, that would be awful,
Yeah. Oh, no, I can totally put myself in the situation of that. But it's like, it's not one of those things where I can sing them to myself and think, yeah.
But, I mean, it's like I've got on the list here, I've got The Killers, Mr. Brightside, and lead singer Brandon Flowers. He's basically having like a nervous breakdown, imagining this guy taking his girlfriend's dress off and what they're doing and everything. And he's just going through thinking all the worst thoughts and going to the darkest scenario he can. And it's just curious to see someone put themselves through that. But but that's a real popular, alt rock from the 20-aughts.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about, I really, until I started thinking about this, I knew what the song was about, but I hadn't realized, oh yeah, this is about somebody who's being cheated on. Whipping Post by the Allman Brothers.
Okay. Is that about being cheated on?
It's about being cheated on. I've been,
sounds like you're in the room. Like it's a three-way, and you're just on the whipping post.
No.
That's a whole other thing.
Now she's out drinking with my good time, now she's out with my good time buddies out drinking in some crosstown bar.
Okay.
And yeah, she's. I can't remember.
Just always listen to the guitars.
Well, I know it's like it's one of those great
guitars?
songs, but yeah, he's.
You would hate it.
Yeah, you'd despise it. Yeah, it goes on. The best version goes on for 17 minutes.
Oh no, that should never happen.
Everybody gets to extended solo as long as they want.
Oh no, no.
It's the anti-Chuck band.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about being cheated on.
Okay, interesting.
About Lion Eyes by the Eagles.
That's a good. I mean, I'm not a big Eagles fan.
I'm not either.
But that's a great song. It's about it's definitely about it.
How does that one go?
You can't hide your lion eyes.
You can't.
You can't hide your lion eyes.
All right.
Right there. The only thing bearable about the Eagles I can stand is Joe Walsh, and that was the later Eagles.
Well, so I can handle the earlier Eagles when it was Bertie Leadon was in the band and they were a little bit more country-ish.
Did you all not like Glenn Fry or
Don
Henley
is
solo?
the most offensive to me, but
Okay,
I like him.
Glenn Fry maybe.
I think Don Henley's the best songwriter of the bunch, and I think he wrote some great songs. He was nice to me on the phone. I know everybody says he's a jerk.
That's what it comes down to.
No, I mean I
said, "Hey, Wayne, how's it going? All right, Glenn Fry, I'm your fan."
No, that wasn't the way he was. But no, I mean, I was prepared for him to be a jerk.
Okay.
Because I'd always
Did you
heard
hear
he
he
was
was? Okay.
Yeah, you always.
I may have told this before because I think you know this guy. He used to work stage crew around town, and when the Eagles on their Hell Freezes Over tour were here at the big Enormo Dome, this friend of ours was working backstage, and there were signs posted up everywhere that said, "Do not look Mr. Henley in the eye." Which I just think is,
wow.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty.
And you
good.
hear about that with some others. I think that was something they were told on the Ellen DeGeneres show. The staff
really?
was told not to make eye
Interesting.
contact with her.
Well, you're not supposed to with Dylan either.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do with rabid dogs either. But anyway,
Which reminds me of the Warren Zevon song, "Even a Dog Can Shake Hands,"
Oh yeah.
which just doesn't have anything to do with this. But I've been on a Warren Zevon kick because of you, Wayne.
Well, good. I'm glad.
You've brought joy into my life and sardonic humor.
Well, let me while we're on that, let me give you another great album title
okay.
from Gary Stewart in the 70s. She's acting single and I'm drinking doubles.
I think I've heard that.
That's a
I don't know if I've
classic.
heard the song. But
Does it? Yeah. Does the song hold up to that, or
Oh,
you
yeah.
just come up with a great title?
No, the song's great.
Okay.
Gary Stewart was sort of he died real early. I think he died from acute alcohol poisoning, but he was a great songwriter and singer.
Usher, the singer Usher, lots of love songs, very popular, vocalist and everything. And he had this whole thing called Confessions. There was Confessions Interlude, then a Confessions Part 1, and a Confessions Part 2. And in it, he's basically saying, yeah, I have a chick on the side and blah, blah, blah. And by the end of Part 2, his chick on the side is pregnant and he doesn't know what to do. And like any sympathy you feel for him diminishes the more he confesses. And by the end of it, it's like, dude, you know,
You dug your
you
own
deserve everything you're getting here, buddy. So anyway, that actually, who was it? R. Kelly, the Trapped in the Closet?
Yeah, I was thinking if you're going to bring that up.
Yeah. So he started that like in 2005. And
Right.
it's just nasty old, slutty people. And of course, R. Kelly, prison sentence, convicted of exploitation of minors and all that stuff. So
Is he still in jail?
I think he was in jail also for lack of back child support, but I think he's got like a long sentence, but I think he was being sent from one place to another, and actually today he may not be, but he's still got more time to serve. I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure these things out. But he's still writing songs in jail, and apparently he's been able to record some stuff in jail. So,
Well, Tupac's been appearing in movies
yeah,
after he died.
Yeah, exactly. But the whole thing with R. Kelly is that he's done confessions. I think he's up into the 50s, and he may not even be done yet.
Oh my gosh!
But it's just like this real cheesy soap opera. I mean, from the beginning, it's just trashy, slutty people. But it just got worse and worse.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny, because there's always a cliffhanger ending. Have you heard
Right.
some of
Oh yeah,
these?
yeah. Well, I interviewed him that time, and
okay.
I watched all those videos beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, I interviewed him before I knew all the other stuff that he'd done.
All right. Well, he's done. God knows what he's all he's done. He's been convicted of enough things.
No kidding. Well, there's nearly all of mine are country.
Don't worry, I don't have any country. I can balance that.
Well, I mean, and it's like we're doing these country titles. They're always great. I mean, Vern Gosdin had a song, "If you're going to do me wrong, do it right." The chorus is, make sure to, he says, take off your wedding band. When he takes you by the hand, if you're going to do me wrong, do it right. And then, I mean, nobody comes up with as clever titles as country writers do.
No,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't. They don't.
I mean, I bet half the time it's just like all you got to do is come up with a title, the song will write
Then you
itself.
got a song, yeah. But I love that song.
Well, the opposite of you were talking about the Killers and Brandon Flowers,
Yeah.
and how he was just beating himself up,
Yeah.
imagining
Yeah.
his woman with another man. The opposite of that is, and this is the first one I thought of. And my modus operandi for these things is, you give me the title, and I'm not gonna look at anything. I'm just gonna crank out of my head whatever I can. And this is the
Right.
first thing I thought of. You never have heard it before, but it's one of my favorite bands from Canada, Sloan. I've heard Sloan. And they've got a song called The Other Man. And he's singing, it's a real kind of cool, his delivery is really cool. And he's saying, I'm the other man. And I know you've got another man, and I hear he's a great guy, but that's not my problem.
Right.
And he's just like real cool about it.
That's interesting because Lana Del Rey has The Other Woman, and she's talking about being the other woman. And it's great how she presents it because she's talking about what a posh life the other woman has and how she has, all the greatest things, and she doesn't have to worry about kids and whatever that other crap. But then she flips it, and it's like the other woman will never have his love to keep. So she's painting this fantastical world of the other woman, but it's also you're never going to get, you're only going to be a part-time thing.
That just reminded me of a James McMurtry song. It's the same theme. He's like, and you'd love the lyrics on it because it's a song called "She's Got Me," I think is the name of it. But it's about how when he goes on the road, he knows that his wife or girlfriend, whichever, has another man. Mm-hmm. He says something about he'll be voted off the island as soon as I'm back in town.
He's a great lyricist.
Yeah,
and and for some people that's all it is. For some people, it's not like this supreme devastating betrayal. It's just like whatever, and it's probably someone who's getting their own too, or whatever. I mean, it's I don't know. It's just fascinating. Like The Weeknd, who's kind of the modern, great crooner, and he has a song called "The Hills," and it's sort of this grainy, dark song, and he's basically he's trying to convince a woman to cheat on her man with him, and he doesn't have her best interest at heart at all. Right. And he sounds like a predator, and he only calls her at like 5 a.m, and it's like really, there's no romance in it at all, and it's kind of like he's trying to corrupt her,
right?
And sometimes that's what these are.
Yeah.
So there's and some of this is like really sinister stuff, and I don't know. Like I say, it was just fascinating how sometimes people just happen to be in a relationship and cheat, and sometimes someone actually takes them down, like they're preying upon them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, I brought up earlier the songs that I have that are when the person decided not to cheat. I mean, Randy Travis has a song called "Reasons I Cheat," but on the same album he has "On the Other Hand." And the woman's making a pass at him, and he's talking about how he could go with her and it'd be fun, but on the other hand, there's a golden band and something to someone who would not understand.
Is that Randy Newman?
Randy Travis.
Oh, Randy Travis.
Very
Just like, that doesn't sound like Randy Newman. I just heard Randy. It's like none of the people I talk about are Randys. So.
Well, that was a big hit, and I always liked that song because it's like he's actually thinking about the other person.
Yeah.
And then John Conley, from another one from the 70s, he has a song called "Old School" where he goes to a high school reunion and he sees his old flame, and he's like they're reconnecting a little bit, and then she makes a pass at him, and the chorus has something to do with, "I'm from the old school, and I thought you were too." He doesn't cheat.
Okay.
But it's a real sweet song.
Meanwhile, the Sam Smith song "Unholy" with Kim Petras. This is great. I mean, I don't know if you've listened to the lyrics. It's got this like theatrical kind of haunted roll to it and everything. And it's all about, Mummy, the woman. She has landed the best man, and he drops her off at this fabulous house, and she's got the ring, and she's got everything in life, and that. Then the chorus is, "Mummy doesn't know Daddy's getting hot at the body shop." So it's all about Daddy dropping her off and then going to this sex club, and just having sex with everybody he can have sex with. And so and you see her like she's like walking down this palatial estate or whatever. She just turns around like something's missing. and there's all these in the video. There are all these scenes of just virtually everyone throwing themselves at him and him just like enjoying it. And I think at the end he's dead because he's just effed to death, So it's kind of humorous and kind of disturbing just how far someone can go, with adultery beyond just like somebody on the side, but like a whole group of people on the side.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought about it until I was thinking about this, but Ricky Nelson's song "Traveling Man." He's got a girl in every city, and he goes through. It's like, sweet little fun song about how he's got a girlfriend in every town, and he's not worried about being faithful at all.
Yeah, that was just expected is that the 50s, 60s?
That was the 50s. About
Who
58.
had 7 women on his mind? I got 7 women on my mind.
That's the Eagles.
The Eagles.
Okay.
That's
it's a girl, my lord.
Flatbed
Take it easy.
Ford. Yeah.
Okay.
Take it easy.
I think that was co-written. No, that's Jack Templane. I can't remember if Jackson Brown helped write that one or not. I think he did.
I don't know.
Okay. I thought that was a clever line, but I thought you want to be 1 of 7.
Yeah.
Or so.
Well, I got one that there's no indication in the song that it's actually cheating, but it sure seems indecent. And it's the song Thursday by Morphine. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you remember Morphine, the lead singer, Mark Sandman, played a 2-string slide bass, and they had a baritone sax player and a drummer. And they just made this really, really unique sound. Yeah. And it's called Thursday, and it was like we used to meet every Thursday in the afternoon for a couple of beers and play some pool, and then we'd go across the street to the hotel called the Wagon Wheel. And, it just seemed illicit to me. There's no evidence that it's cheating, but it sure doesn't seem on the up and up.
You don't slip off to a hotel with somebody innocently, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, third-rate romance. I mean, you can't tell if they're cheating on somebody or not, but they're definitely, doing it on the sly.
Yeah.
Eminem even entered these waters.
Uh-oh.
It didn't sound like something he would do, but in 2020 he had a song called In Too Deep. And it's interesting because it's like, I'm not your husband and you're not my girlfriend, but, he has a girlfriend, she has a husband and all that stuff. And the interesting thing, it's kind of melancholy, and it's just weird to hear Eminem sort of a jag like that, because normally he's just insulting people and he's just talking about messy idea of having an affair. But something that caught me, he talked about having sex in cars, and that took me back to that Taylor Swift song "Illicit Affairs,"
right,
where in the beginning her affairs with the man are at like fancy hotel suites, and then it ends up being sex in cars. So what I can take from that is if you're having an affair and it's just having sex in cars, it's not a good affair. So you need to upgrade.
That's a red flag.
Put in for a room, for God's sake. Don't look for a dark parking lot in a car.
At the dark end of the street.
Do better.
Yeah, there you go, the dark end of the street.
Yeah.
Well, I like the ones, I mean, I've got a contrast of like Reba McEntire, whoever's in New England's through with you.
Okay.
Which is like, she's going to be there waiting for him after he gets done with the affair.
Reba is?
Reba is, and I hate that.
Oh, yeah.
I
hate that. That's like...
Yeah, I like Lyle Lovett's God Will. It's like he goes through the list on who keeps on believing you after you've been lying, and
right,
spending your nights on the town, and who going to keep loving you after you've been cheating.
Right.
And he says, God will, but I won't. God does, but I don't. And that's the difference between God and me.
I like that's kind of brutal.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, brutal for me. Miley Cyrus, 2023. She did a song called "Muddy Feet," and it is an expletive laden, just diatribe against apparently Liam Hemsworth, who
really?
I think he was acknowledged to have been unfaithful to her, maybe with multiple women, and she just like, F you and F this, and you're not going to F and do this to me, just like, but that's I love that. I mean, I just love that kind of raw, I'm not going to try to rationalize this in any way. Just F you, and that's the end.
That's what I like in a cheating song.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Another one I talked about Beyonce and Lemonade being about cheating. The whole thing was about cheating. Well, Lily Allen, I've talked about her many times, and her album No Shame was also all about cheating. It was mostly from her standpoint. And the whole thing is it's kind of a confessional album of where she's a terrible mom and a terrible wife, and she's having all kinds of promiscuous sex, and she's doing all kinds of drugs, and just her whole life's falling apart, and she doesn't feel anything anymore. But she pivots to do a song from the man in the group and how he's trying to hold it together with the kid, and just like, we're going to work through this, and I'll help you, and I'll help you. But there's a song called Family Man, and he's just saying, how does he say it exactly? But it's just like, darling, I need my time away from you. I have to have my time away from you. But, it's all this, I hope we're going to be okay. And the implication there is like, if she's having all these affairs, and maybe he's got someone on the side, or maybe she's just so overwhelming that he just has to get away from her. But I always wondered if he was having a reciprocal affair, not to get back at her, but just to have a caring person in his life. It's a great album. That's a gorgeous song. I can't, because her voice is never prettier than when she's channeling a man who has to have time away from her. I don't know. I mean, Lily's an odd duck,
She is an odd duck. I wouldn't cross her if I.
No.
I think she'd get back at you.
She would.
Well, I heard it through the grapevine. It was a cheating song.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That just makes sense.
And it's like,
I didn't know those raisins were so trashy.
What's the thing is, everybody thinks about, the commercials and stuff, and you hear it and you think, oh, this is a happy song. No.
It's got that great rhythm. You know?
But it's a song.
Grapes have no moral code.
Right. I guess that.
Well, the song that people really pay for their affair, the biggest one I could figure out was The Long Black Veil. Sounds like an old folk song. It's actually written in about 1958 or 60.
Okay.
And it's the man is going to be killed. He's going to be executed because a woman's husband has died, or a man has been killed, but he was with a married woman during the time, so he can't give an alibi.
Oh.
Because he's not going to give up the married woman,
Right. Because then she's going to get killed.
Well, she's not going to. She might get killed by her husband.
Right.
But that's the thing, is like he's waiting to be hanged or whatever it is. I think he's going to be hanged, and he can't say what actually happened because he was fooling around with a married woman. He's not going to out her.
Wow, that's noble, which is fair.
Plot twist.
Well, the plot twist for Blue Cantrell, Hit 'Em Up Style.
Hit 'Em Up Style.
Okay, this is 2001, and I've mentioned her before as the woman who was supposed to be what Beyonce became. Beyonce came along right behind her. But she has this great, can't believe that I caught my man cheating. So I found another way to make him pay for it. And she's giving her advice to women. It says, put your hand on his cash and spend it to his last dime for all the hard times. It's like this, I'm going to be opportunistic. I'm going to turn this into a cash grab. I'm going to spend all of his money. Yeah, bankrupt the guy, and then I'm going to leave him. So it
serves him right.
Yeah, it's like, what a great opportunity,
I like that.
Yeah. And then there's I haven't found many. I think some of what you're bringing up may have been kind of humorous, but of course, It Wasn't Me, which was Shaggy with Rick Rock. And Rick Rock is like, oh my God, my girl caught me cheating. She caught us doing it on the bathroom floor and doing it all over the house, and every time he says something like doing it on the bath floor, and Shaggy just goes, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. So it's like this joke. We just say, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Anytime, he's saying, no, she caught us here and she caught us there. So just basically deny it.
Well, the song that you introduced me to a long time ago that became a favorite for a long time is Baby Daddy.
Oh, that's...
Who is that? I hear that.
Who that is? That's just my baby daddy.
Who that is?
Yeah, that's just my baby. And she goes, you got a daughter too.
But he's catching on to the fact that she's fooling around with somebody.
Her baby. That's just her baby daddy.
Who did that? I can't remember
who that is. I don't remember. It was about him, but she stole the song from him.
How about one about almost cheating? And this one I just brought up for discussion.
Okay.
Jolene.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
I
she doesn't
saw
know.
that one listed as cheating songs. It's like, is it cheating?
She doesn't know.
Right.
I think.
She's uncertain.
Yeah.
Right.
But the other woman could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Please, but please don't.
Yeah. The other
It's
woman,
such an original perspective.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just great. I mean, just like throwing herself at her mercy. I mean, that's just all it is. And that's just, not beautiful technically, but just such a great, fresh perspective to take on a song.
And then later that night she wrote, "I will always love you." So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, she's.
Who
That's
knew?
all you needed to do.
Having a good day.
yeah.
And not only that, she weeded the garden. I mean, it was a great day.
I got one that's not exclusively about cheating, but there's a verse about cheating.
Okay.
And it's from Drive-By Truckers' Southern Rock Opera, Guitar Man Upstairs.
Oh yeah.
And basically, they just tell really good song stories. And it's just about the grouchy old man who lives in the apartment upstairs, and he's bitching about the young musicians who are downstairs smoking that stuff and passing that hard liquor around. And then he said, "I used to have a wife, and I came home early one day from work and found a slick-talking guitar man walking out the back door. So I went back in the house and threw a suitcase on the bed. Not a fist was thrown, not a word was said, but I ain't seen her since."
Wow.
He's like, throws a suitcase. Get the fuck.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
I can edit that out.
Well, I've got a great one by Ry Cooder called "A Married Man's a Fool,"
Okay.
and it's where a guy gets up in church and delivers a sermon telling all the people there that a married man's a fool to think that his wife would love nobody else but him. And he goes through like he's reading the Bible, and he says, I'll read a little something from chapter 21. Every married woman's got to have a little fun. And then it's chapter 23. She two-timed me, brother, like she double-crossed. She two-timed you, brother, like she double-crossed me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's like the whole thing is like, we close on chapter 29. A woman gets tired of the same man all the time.
Wow.
So
Okay.
there you go.
Well, what about, I don't know, I don't think it's cheating, but 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
Yeah, he just wanted to get away.
Yeah. Okay, let's just,
And I guess that was
Because
about,
she was cheating on him, right?
I don't know.
it's the implication is,
Yeah.
It was
Floating
Carrie
there.
It was Carrie Fisher who was getting away from him, wasn't it?
was it?
I think it was.
Oh, no.
They were a couple then.
It's about the back, Jack.
Yeah, I'd say she's pissed off about that song. I would be.
Well, I'm going to slide before the year 2000 finally.
What?
I know. So in 1999, Whitney Houston.
Did they have electricity back then?
I don't know, but somehow Whitney Houston recorded It's Not Right, But It's Okay. And the beauty of that song is she knows he's been cheating on her, and it's almost like an opportunity for her to get rid of him. So she's practically nonchalant about getting cheated on, and she's just like, I'm just going to
It's a means to an end.
Yeah,
I like that.
So it's like that's kind of a good, and usually or
Sort
often,
of an empowered approach.
Yeah, often if a relationship has gotten to the point where someone's cheating, then maybe it's doomed. So why not? It's
Read
like,
the
all
room.
right, I'm just gonna we'll just move this on down the line.
Better to know it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's one of the best themes on cheating song. Or earlier, I guess we talked about one of the best themes about cheating songs is when they don't really know, they're not sure.
Yeah, and that's there's a lot of, and I didn't really do any of those, but there's a lot of like mental torment that people go
Yeah.
through, and you don't know if it's because there are genuine signs there of cheating, or they're just so paranoid that they're just afraid that anything could be cheating. And we've all known,
Right.
I've known guys who were so possessive of women that they would freak out if she didn't, answer her phone and return a call in 5 minutes, and it's like, girl, I know you're not cheating on him, but get away.
Yeah, I know someone like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all known that.
Just ran the person that.
And women can do that to men, too.
This
for
was a
sure.
woman.
Yeah, yeah.
And if he was caught talking to a woman
Yeah.
when she wasn't there, she just went nuts.
Yeah, but I think that's projection, don't you? I think
Yeah.
that the people.
Oh, yeah. I think
who
the
the
people
most-
who are most suspicious are the people who are most thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
There was a woman there was a doctor who lived in my neighborhood, and I'm on a block with a circle, and there was a woman who had a little car that would just come through, and she would just fly around the block all the time, day and night, day and night. Uh-huh. And finally, someone went out there and just said, "You got to stop this. There are people who live in this neighborhood. There are kids and dogs, and you got to stop this."
Yeah.
She was just stalking this guy and trying to, I don't know, catch him or something, and it's like disrupting a whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think there's
hadn't thought of her in a while, but somehow I just thought, crazy. Oh yeah, that girl.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing with those folks. But you got these songs like "Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under" by Shania Twain.
Okay.
And again, like I said, who would have cheated on Shania
Whose
Twain?
boots? Whose bed haven't they been under? It's like, how would someone who's that paranoid respond to someone who's like, "Oh, everybody"?
Yeah.
That might be the perfect match. Just assume if you don't hear from me, I'm having sex with somebody else.
Well, my favorite on that line is, I may have brought this song up before in other contexts, is "If My Car Could Only Talk" by Lou Christie.
We were just talking about, don't be having sex in the cars for your affair. So what did Lou Christie say?
Well, this was the thing, is like, it's a story. It's almost like a little mini opera, but he has gone off to war, and he's given his girlfriend his car to drive while he's gone to Vietnam.
Oh.
Lord knows what happened in there.
Well, he finds a lighter.
Oh,
it's like
she didn't take up smoking for a while there.
Right.
Okay.
It's like it's got a little
by my brothers.
It's got a little engraving on it, or a little
okay.
message on it, and it's like that's the whole thing. Is if my car could only talk, tell me what you've done.
Well, where do you go with that?
Yeah.
Nowhere good.
Yeah. I love the Brandy and Monica song from '98. The Boy Is Mine. It's two women. It's kind of I read that it was like a spoof or not, a takeoff on Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson singing a song together.
The Girl Is Mine.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, this time it's two women who've been seeing the same guy, and they start out kind of politely saying, "I think I know who you are," and "Yeah, I think I've seen you before," but they're talking to each other, and they're like, they're trying to be polite, but saying, "That boy's mine," and they're going back and forth, and it keeps building, and it doesn't have this same conclusive ending that it does in the video. I know I talk about videos a lot, but in the video, the guy finally shows up to one of their houses, and she opens the door, and then she opens it wider, and they're both there. And it's not for a three-way. It's for a confrontation, and his face just falls.
Just for the end of the line.
So they ended up saying, all right, we're going to both dump this guy.
Yeah.
So. And TLC, as long as we're looking at different perspectives. So TLC Creep, I'm sure you've heard that one, other than Waterfalls.
I like that
Well,
one.
that whole song is about she knows that her man's been cheating, and she's just kind of letting that roll off her back, and she starts cheating on him too. And so she's just accepted her boyfriend's a cheat, so she's slinking around. And she says, what did she say? If he knew the things I did, he couldn't handle it. So it's sort of like, I'll be the bigger person and just look the other way because he can't stop himself. But I'm also going to get some. And I don't know, I just think that's I don't know, just everyone has a fascinating different way to deal with these things. And that seems to be a odd one, but I guess maybe it works for them. Who knows?
Yeah.
Infidelity is ugly.
Yes. And there was a singer named Corinna who's from New York, and I don't know why this song stuck with me. It was a dance song, but it was a well-done, well-orchestrated dance song, and it had a great melody and everything, and the song is called Temptation. And she's just so matter-of-fact about it. And she goes, "Let's go our separate ways. There's nothing left to say." And then she says, "Temptation is a part of life. It doesn't matter if it's wrong or right." So it's just like, this is just what happens, and it happens all the time, and it doesn't matter. And I've met somebody new, and I'm going my way. So it seems very callous, but at the same time, it's like...
It's a very old story.
Yeah, it's a refreshingly logical, I don't know.
Dispassionate,
yes.
Well, it's interesting to me that there are so many people who have so many different types of relationships. I mean, I've always been a real monogamous, exclusive person, and that's what I want.
Right.
But I definitely have known people whose, their relationships were
open. I know people in open relationships.
And I have a hard time dealing with it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know people in open relationships too, and the key part is everybody has to be on the same page. You can't have someone who wants an open relationship to bully the monogamous person into being in an open relationship. And you can't have a monogamous person bully someone who wants an open relationship to be in a monogamous relationship. Everyone has to be on the same page and want the same thing. Otherwise, they just don't need to do that.
But how does somebody not get jealous? I mean, that's the thing. Yeah. It's like, to me, it's like...
I don't know, but there are people who just don't.
What was that? Yeah. Remember that show that was, I think it may have been HBO, Big Love, about the Mormon families with the one man, they had all these 3 houses?
Right.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a reality, but it's... there's all kinds of relationships in this world.
Yeah, and it's if it works for you and whoever you're with, and
if everybody's on the same page.
If everybody's on the same page.
But how can they not?
What I don't get is like thruples and stuff like that. And this is an old joke, but people say, God, it's hard enough to me to get along with one other person, and now I got to worry about 2 relationships plus their relationship with each other, and all of this to come. It's like that's a lot of work, and I get that. That seems like a lot to ask for. But some people just, I don't know. It just, but again, if you want to be in an open relationship and people set ground rules, which can be weirdly specific, but again, if it makes you happy and everyone's happy and no one's sacrificing what they want, then
it can't be.
Give it a shot. Yeah. Sheryl Crow, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
Sorry, I went there.
Yeah, I always like to go there with Sheryl Crow. And you remember we were talking about Human by Human League,
right?
And Phil Oakey, it's a great song, and he does this whole very sweet, apology. I never want to hurt you, and I only love you, and I'm only human. And then Joanne Catherall is her name. She's one of the backing singers, and she comes in with, "Oh yeah, me too. I was human too." It's like, oh, okay. I'll just dovetail in there. So, I did
that's
that.
what we're calling it.
Yeah. That's her. That's my apology. Oh yeah, ditto. So, and George Michael, I think in '84 he made his big transition to a soloist with Careless Whisper.
Yep.
And the so weird background of that is he apparently was 17, and Andrew Ridgeley, his partner in the group Wham, they wrote the song together, and he was writing about like when he was 12.
What?
Yeah, I know, because it sounds like such a great. It's got that saxophone riff in it, and it's a really and it sounds like a real mature song. But he and Andrew wrote it at 17 about George when he was 12 dating 2 girls, which that's also
at 12.
At 12, yeah, and it's like. When you hear that, it's like just totally blows the whole what. So anyway, that was
on a George Michael note. I watched your recommendation movie Y2K this past weekend, and when Fred Durst sings, "You Gotta Have Faith,"
yeah,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm glad you saw that.
That movie was great.
Yeah,
it was silly.
It was silly, but it was great, and I was glad to see them capture a time and rewrite what could have happened. But I'm running low. I don't know how you guys are doing, but
I think I'm. I can't remember anything else particularly.
I got one that came from the discussion with my in-laws that Bob recommended: "Good-Hearted Woman in Love with a Good-Timing Man."
Yeah,
that's a cheating song.
That's true.
Who is that by?
Oh, Willie Nelson. Sorry.
Willie Nelson. Okay, sorry.
I just thought you would read my mind, and everybody out there in podcast land would too.
Name that song.
Another one that's a classic is "Backdoor Man," Willie Dixon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Takes on a different meaning these days.
Yeah, you know the kind of music I listen to. Is this by Sam Smith or?
This is Willie Dixon, but that's. I mean, there was a whole genre of blues songs about the guy that's getting all the married women.
Yeah,
sneaking in and out of the back door.
That's right. Who's that?
Not in a metaphorical sense, in a literal sense.
Right. Who's that backsliding out your back gate?
Okay. I'll never hear that any other way than the worst possible way. I have a couple of songs that, again, I'm back in the 80s now, and I'm almost done, but the sleuthing type, trying to figure out Eurythmics, who's that girl?
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful song, and Annie Lennox is, who's that girl running around with? Anyway, she's talking about the language of love has left her stony gray, and so she's demanding to know who the girl is, and I just think it's Annie Lennox. It's going to have such a classy,
an amazing
spin
voice.
on it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would sound with some other voice. And then Frida from ABBA. She had a song called "I Know There's Something Going On,"
Right.
And Phil Collins produced that, so those are
I
his
didn't know
drums in the song. Yeah, it's got kind of a rocky edge,
Yeah.
and she was trying to break away from the ABBA sound, and it kind of goes back to I guess what was it, Whitney Houston or whatever. But she says, if you want to leave, then why don't you say it? She's like, I call, you're not at home, or you're home and you're not alone, and it's like. Yeah, that's like, why let it get to that point? If you're ready to leave, then just leave, break it, be done, and then go about your business. And don't try to. I think some people try to
string it along.
Yeah, I think some people want to corrupt it and degrade it until it's a relationship that can't be salvaged. But if you already know that it's done, then be done with it. And my favorite song about cheating is, and I mentioned this band like in one of our first episodes, and it's the Coconuts, and they were the background singers for Kid Creole and the Coconuts, and they alternated at lead vocals, and this one, Christina Monet, is called "Did You Have to Love Me Like You Did?" And she's singing this song, and it's beautiful. The arrangement's beautiful, and it's got the tropical kind of flair that I like, and the jangly guitars, and the women are all singing, in unison with these beautiful harmonies. And she's feeling tragic because she fell for another guy at the party last Friday, and he loved her like no one else ever has. But she can't leave her man because he cares too much for her, so she loves her man. She's never going to go back with the man that she had the one-nighter with. And I don't know, it's actually just a really clear-minded sort of oh my God, why did we do that? And now I'll never be right with my man, and I'll never have that man again, and I'm just carrying all this guilt around. So it's kind of a cautionary tale.
And
about
who's that?
The Coconuts.
Coconuts.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a great song. I love that song.
You wouldn't expect that level of profundity out of a band called the Coconuts.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, and they were, I always think of them as being kind of a goofy group.
Yeah, they did. They did If I Only Had a Brain one time,
Yeah. Huh.
So, but anyway, I just think that the roundabout spectrum of how, and she says, like at one point she's saying, why did you do that to me? And she goes, but it's not fair me blaming you. It was something we both wanted to do. And she just like pivots and just takes the whole thing in. It's like, oh, damn, I screwed up so bad. So anyway, that's what can happen if you have a spur of the moment decision at a party with a sex god.
Well, I think I just for some reason reminded me of a cheating song that I hate. Torn Between Two Lovers. Remember that song?
Who is that?
Mary McGregor, I think was the name it was. The person who did it. Oh, my God.
There was a great version of that on Family Guy,
No.
Mr. Herbert, the old pedophile who has the thing for Chris.
I never watched.
Okay.
I never watched that one.
He sings it. He doesn't realize that Peter is Chris's father. Peter comes to help him mow the yard, so they're both mowing Mr. Herbert's yard. And he sings "Torn Between Two Lovers."
Oh, my
and it's
gosh.
Peter and Chris, and he's like looking in the sky and saying, anyway, that's how I feel that show goes.
Yeah, Peter Yarrow wrote that song from Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Well, it was terrible.
It's a terrible song. It's
Yeah.
awful.
Feeling like a fool and
Yes.
acting like a fool.
Yeah.
Sounding like a fool. So
Me being with you's breaking all the rules.
breaking all the rules.
As a songwriter, you have to be willing to write a bad song.
Well, that's true.
You got to get them out. Get them out of the way.
Well, he wrote some great songs, but he also wrote some really bad songs. A bunch of really bad songs.
So many really bad songs.
Some songs were so bad.
But he had that one good one.
Oh, he had several good ones. But he wrote some really bad ones too.
Well, okay. Are we ready to kick these cheaters to the curb? And
I
go
feel
on
dirty now.
recommendations? You feel dirty
I feel
now?
dirty and guilty.
Perfect.
I am dirty.
We needed to be dirty at the end of this. All right. Well, what do you want to recommend? Do you want to do movie? You want to do music?
Let's start with movies.
Okay. Go for it.
I feel like I'm the last person in the world to have seen Megan.
Yeah, you might be.
But
I haven't.
Well, I'm the second last person to see it. And you might like it, John. I mean, it's a horror movie, but it's just a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it was so much fun. You've got the little robot doll that's protecting the girl, and she of course.
And they kill a dog. Remember that?
They do that. Yeah. They do that.
Where do I see this movie?
I think I watched it on Max.
Okay.
I think it's on HBO
it was
Max.
in theaters over a year ago, so it's probably making the rounds.
Came out in 2022. It's one of the first ones to come out after the pandemic was ending.
Okay, yeah.
And it was a big hit. Mm-hmm. And I thought,
it's
goofy.
Fun. I love her dance.
Yeah, it was.
And the mean kid, and there's a lot of like primal satisfaction in what Megan does.
Yeah, and you kind of like her.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Is like you kind of get into it.
She cuts through the crap of the way humans think.
Right. And I decided to watch it because I saw a preview. They're making a Megan 2.
Yes.
It's out.
Yeah.
They're going to be out soon.
You got it done just before the sequel comes out.
Part of our discussion last night, we were talking about movies, and Bob's really into movies. Bob's my father-in-law. Uh-huh. And he said something about, I thought I better watch this because they're about to come out with something too. And I said, they came out with like 4 Herbie the Love Bug movies. There was like, all kinds of 2s that were really crap. Just because they're making a second version doesn't mean it's good.
Well, this is one that was like, I was kind of doing some other stuff when I started watching it, and it was like, it was good enough to stop what all I was doing and just pay attention to it. And Ronnie Chang plays he's on The Daily Show. And great comedian, and he plays the jerk boss that's over it all. Yeah,
it's got an interesting premise too. It's not just a carbon. I mean, it's like the woman's sister,
right?
And she has to take in this girl, and she's making toys,
and she's not cut out really to be a parent.
She's not cut out to be a parent,
and she kind of lets.
And she's got to be the parent, and
she kind of lets.
This doll kind of helps and takes over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's the thing is she
makes the doll, so that's it's pretty clever.
I have no idea what I'm in for.
Well, the little robot doll is her entire focus is keeping the little girl safe and looking out for her. Mm-hmm. So anybody who gets in the way,
they get it.
They're going to get got.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, but and like I said, it's fun. I mean, the violence in it is not. It's not really explicit. It's just, I mean, the boy gets his ear torn off, but
he was a horrible kid. I would have torn.
He was asking for it
the whole time. You're watching that ear being stretched. You're like, yeah, go ahead, go on.
I was fine with that kid getting everything came to him. I just didn't want the dog to get hurt.
Well, the dog was a out of control, crazy dog.
I don't care. It's a dog.
I know, Chuck.
Dogs just need love.
That dog wasn't looking for love. It was looking for blood.
He had a terrible mom. Remember?
Yeah, she was horrible.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, I recommend it. Don't expect it to be a great movie, but expect it to be.
I recommend it too.
Yeah. It's fun.
I'll report back.
Okay.
You got a movie?
I do.
Okay.
I just found this completely by random last night, and it was really fascinating. I don't know if you'll care about it so much as Wayne will, but it's on Netflix, and it's called Squaring the Circle, and it's the story of Hypnosis, the design team who designed most of Pink Floyd's album covers and Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy, and I mean numerous
10cc's albums,
bunch of 10cc records, and these 2 guys are just an interesting set of personalities. One of them was just like he just would never shut up. He just talked all. Storm Thurgeson was his name, and he was just like this. People couldn't control him. He was just like constantly had ideas and just going all over the place. And the other guy, Poe Powell, was a photographer, and he just so. Storm would come up with these outrageous ideas, and then Poe would go out and photograph them. So, like, if you remember, like the cover of the Pink Floyd album, Wish You Were Here, it's 2 guys in business suits shaking hands, and one of them's on fire.
Right.
And how it just goes into how they set that up, and and there was oh, man, what was it? I can't even remember who it was. Maybe on a Uriah Heep album cover, but it's a set of red soccer balls on sand dunes going off into the distance, and they went to the Sahara Desert to shoot that, and I mean, it's like they went to just amazing, and they didn't care about money at all. They just wanted to make art. It's an interesting movie. It's called Squaring the Circle: The Story of Hypnosis.
I'll definitely watch that one. Is it on HBO?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix. Okay.
I've got 2024 movie called Elevation. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's directed by George Nolfi, and it's a soft recommendation. I've got some problems with it, but it's about a post-apocalyptic world where these kind of mechanical insect dinosaur type beasts are roaming the planet, and they're killing people. They're killing all people below 8,000 feet. They can't go above 8,000 feet. So we're in the Rockies here, and they're encampments in the higher elevations. I don't think anything in the East Coast is that high. So so they would have taken over all of here. But anyway, and they're living up in and it's survivors and survivor camps and tough life. And it's got Anthony Mackie and Morena Bakari and Maddie Hassan, and as these three survivors who decide they're going to go below the elevation cutoff. So they're going to venture into Boulder and raid a hospital and get some medicine that the Anthony Mackie character's son needs to live. And also one of them has an idea on how maybe to kill these things, because like I say, they're bulletproof. No human's been able to kill one. So they just all humans are just living above 8,000 feet. And it's a harrowing, movie and all that stuff. But it's an interesting premise, and the resolution is also interesting, and it sets up a possible sequel. The only thing that really kind of turned me off is everyone's very stoic, and I get it. They've lived in this world. They've all lost like family and husbands and kids and wives and whatever. So they've all lost people, but everybody's just always frowning all the time, and it just I don't know. There's something I like a little more. Find some connection to give me, but otherwise I like the premise as like a sci-fi kind of flick, and it's sort of low budget. It didn't do well at the box office. I think it's on Max.
Oh, okay.
But it's it's again, if it's streaming somewhere. Soft recommendation to me is something I can recommend that you don't really have to invest any extra money in, and if you don't like it, you can bail out on it. So,
well, on albums, I'm going to recommend, because I already talked about one of the songs that's on it a little earlier, "Paradise and Lunch" by Ry Cooder, 1974.
Okay,
and it's maybe his best album. It was the one that really made me a huge Ry Cooder fan.
Okay,
and he's got a lot of great. One of the things that Ry Cooder did is he listened to old songs, and he would kind of update them. He got a great song called "The Tattler" on it, which was originally recorded and written by a fellow named Washington Phillips, who played the Dulceola. He was like a Texas guy who recorded I think he recorded maybe 10 sides, 78s back in the day. And that is one of the best remakes of a song that I've ever heard. It takes the basis and just expands on it a little bit, still uses all the original lyrics, adds a little bit to it. It's great. It's got "Married Man's a Fool" on it. Got a great version of "Mexican Divorce" by Burt Bacharach and Hal David.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Not a song that...
Any notable players on the album?
Oh, I think it's got Jim Keltner, it's got Jim Dickinson, it's got all sorts of people. It's...
And 1974, that's a good era of rock production for me.
Yeah, it's...
Love the way rock records from the mid-'70s and early 70s sound.
It sounds great.
All right.
And it's just kind of start to finish. It's got "Fool for a Cigarette" on it, all sorts of songs that are just... Like I said, that is the thing that it cemented me as anything that Ry Cooder did from there on out, I would get, because... It's terrific. He's best known as a slide guitar player because he's one of the masters of the slide guitar, but he's a great vocalist. I interviewed him once. He was kind of a difficult interview. He didn't want to talk about himself too much. But, man, he is a great artist.
All right.
This is not anything new, but it's just an album that I think's overlooked gem, and it's from 1980, and it is by the band Rockpile. It's called "Seconds of Pleasure."
I love that one.
And it's
got Teacher.
Yeah, it's just a really great pop rock record. It's Nick Lowe and Dave Edmunds and a guy from Brinsley Schwartz, I think.
Billy Brimmer.
Yeah, and just every song on it's good. There's just good nature. Now I've been going down a Nick Lowe wormhole lately, and he hadn't done much that's bad.
No, this stuff is nearly always good. And the interesting thing about it is Rockpile they would put out a Nick Lowe album, but it would basically be rock pile. Mm-hmm. They'd put out the Dave Edmunds album. It would basically be rock pile.
Yeah.
And they toured. I never got to see them, but they toured all over the place.
There's a couple of really good live rock pile concerts on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I need to look that up because they were just tremendous.
Yeah, great band.
Well, I've got a great band that I felt so strongly about, and I don't think anybody in the world has heard of except a friend of mine from London named Maxine. This is a long,
There's
weird
a story there.
There's a story
This song
there.
goes out to Maxine, if you're listening.
Maxine, she was a friend of the family, and she came to visit, and she was into all this rock. She was underage when she came here, and we went to a bar in Knoxville. She was great. She was beautiful. She had this curly black mane and just this real fine features and all that stuff. And she was too young to get in, but she just browbeat that bouncer and just said, "Do you know how much it costs to get a passport?" And so she got us in, and we saw this band. We were just intrigued by the name of this band, and I'm not going to name them because they were the worst live band I've ever seen. It was some Knoxville group, and it was just some, But anyway, but I turned Maxine onto this group, and no one else ever heard of them. The name of the group is Caterwaul, and this album I found that I was really into. It came out in 1990, and it was called Portent Hue, Portent, and then the word HUE, and it was like this alt rock gem, and it was kind of grungy.
It's from when?
1990. Okay. And they were just around for a few years. They were from Phoenix.
I've heard of them.
I've
just heard the band name.
Okay.
I don't know anything about them.
Okay. Well, their name has also been used as song. There's songs called Caterwaul that has nothing to do with them. But the lead singer is this woman named Betsy Martin. The rest of the band's all male, I believe. And her voice sounds like a cross between E.G. Daly. I don't know if you know her. She played Dottie in the Pee Wee Herman movies, and she was Tommy Pickles in Rugrats. And she's got this voice. Mm-hmm. And Fleming McWilliams from Fleming and John, and Christina Amphlett from the Divinyls. So it's just this growly. Wow. And she has such a dynamic range for it, and they have this artful sound. It's very rock. It's not really grungy. It is grungy at times, but it's got soul in it, and it's hard rock. And they have some miscues a lot on this album, but it's just got this passion, and it just hits this gritty type of I don't even know how to explain it. It's like this elusive. She plays mandolin too, so they've got all this hard rock stuff going on, and she's got that voice and that passion in her voice, and the lyrics are phenomenally weird and elusive. And the two songs I would recommend are Alex's Aphrodisiac, which is the second track, and the 9th track, which is Manna and Quail. And I dug this CD out over the weekend and started listening to it. I was like, oh, my God, This was so amazing. When I heard him, I thought, this is so amazing. This is going to change everything. I didn't really know you, but I just thought, we're going to hear this band all the time. And Maxine and I were excited about it. And then, we kind of lost touch. And the footnote, like 20 years later, I saw BBC, and they had a game show, and Maxine was on the game show. I thought, God, that looks like Maxine. And it was Maxine. And I thought, oh, my God. But anyway, it's not about Maxine. It's about Caterwaul, Portent Hue, 1990, tracks 2 and 9, Alex Aphrodisiac and Manna and Quail. It's just like, they just seem to be like on some edge of something amazing.
Huh. That's somebody I've never heard of.
That's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we go before we
embarrass ourselves?
Before we embarrass it, yes, let's go. Cue the music. Let's get out of here.
You've been listening to How We Heard It with Chuck Campbell and Wayne Bledsoe, a podcast about music, movies, art, culture, whatever it is that's on their mind. How We Heard It was recorded at the Arbor Studio in Knoxville, Tennessee by me, John Baker. How We Heard It is a Cozy Planet production. If listening to this podcast has given you a burning sensation, then we recommend you sit in a hot tub until your symptoms fade away. If you'd like to reach out to Chuck or Wayne, or even me, you can send an email to howweheardit@gmail.com. So thank you for listening, and come on back and we'll have another episode for you next week.